I'm Jana, pet psychic. I know what animals are thinking. Welcome to Jana's Yard. Here we have a wild snake, Stuart from Durban, and he's telling me he has a secret. He's saying, Jana, my best friend for life is an ant. Anthony the ant. And there's Anthony there, top left, just hiding behind that little leaf, moving onto the stick. And Stuart's parents, classic snake parents, don't approve of interspecies friendships, which is very unfortunate, very common. And I'll get you on a Zoom, Stuart, and we'll talk through some strategies. Barry, the black bear from Colorado, and sent in from Helen, the park ranger. And just taking a reading from Barry, and he's telling me he's a closet vegetarian. So this is a secret footage of him foraging in the salad fields of the Rocky Mountains. And he's telling me he'd hate the other bears to find out and call him names, and he'd be mortified. I understand that, darling. Here's his son, Brett, and as you can see, Barry's suddenly pretending to hunt for meat. He's on the move there as a ruse to fool the son, quickly snaffling up some salad there on the sly. What on earth do bears eat anyway? I'm not sure. I have to Google that. Maybe young aardvarks, God forbid. Some slow-moving mammals, I imagined. Maybe a sloth or a limping squirrel. As you can see, Barry there, not even trying to hide his vegetarianism from Brett now. He's best come clean, Barry, and live your truth, I say. Be honest with yourself and tell your son. And there's Brett now trying to forage for some arugula, following in Big Daddy Barry's footsteps. Good on you, darling. Good for you. Look at that, father and son. So lovely. This crocodile is strategically placed on this trickling water here, and he's telling me, Jana, he loves the feeling of it on his penis. So, yes, don't blame me, darling. Get what you can. It's Judy from Tanzania, the elephant. She's telling me, Jana, I would love to spend a summer in Tuscany and Italy, and she's saying she's heard it's where the male elephants have the largest tusks in the world, and they roam the grape fields. And, well, darling, I think you've been misled there, and let's face it, your transport options are limited as an elephant. The squirrel from Vancouver sent in by Quincy, and he's telling me he can't stand duck farts. And he can smell them a mile off. There he is, smelling it. He's caught a whiff of one, and he's not impressed. He knows a duck fart when he smells one, and he thinks he knows who did it. It's an issue for him. And here we have the culprit. And he's saying to me, this duck is saying, Jana, did someone fart? Well, he who smelt it dealt it, darling, and I think we know you did it, and I can smell it from here coming through psychically. So duck farts are lethal, and if you look closely, you can see the telltale bubbles in the water. Some lovely baby monkeys here sent in by Gordon from Cape Town, and it's a keep or kill. He wants to know which one to kill, so looking at that, I think they may be eating some duck poo there. Yes, it's duck poo is rancid at the best of times. I've eaten it myself, and it's got a very tarty flavour. So the mother here is showing the baby how to eat the duck poo. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, so she's obviously an idiot. Yes, I think I'd kill that little one on the left there. I can't even walk properly either, so... the beautiful stork, very easily scared there by his own reflection. He's telling me, Jana, I'm sick of delivering babies, and I don't blame you, darling. I'd rather just chillax here, he's saying, and on the pond, but he's very tense and he keeps freaking out about his own reflection. I'm like that too around the house, with always jumping out at my skin and always with the full-length mirrors when I'm nude. It's not a pretty sight, let's face it. It's not often I get said two leopards making out. I'm just going to enjoy this, and you two are a match made in heaven. Put a ring on it, mate. Isn't that lovely? Oh, wow, the northern tamandua. Yes, sent in by Carlotta from Ecuador. Very flirtatious animal with the slow, sexy moves there. Aardvark vibes. Natasha would probably turn for this one. I'd almost turn. He's incredibly handsome. He's the things I'd do with that snout. The mind boggles. A seal having an erotic dream here. I'm seeing the dream now. It's coming through and it's quite disturbing. You can't do that to Tom Hanks. Seals are one of the horniest animals in the animal kingdom, so enjoy your dream, darling. It's a dead owl sent in by Reese from Seattle. He obviously hasn't realized the owl's died, but yes, they do die on branch, and they stiffen up and grab on with the claws, and they can remain erect like this for months. It's very sad, and sometimes a pigeon will come along and make a nest on the head, and very disrespectful to the dead owl, but yes, very sad. Reese, mother and daughter. Elefante is here, and the daughter's just come out as a lesbian elephant. Heartwarming scene here. Now the mother is saying to me, it's coming through, and she's saying, Jana, I always knew. Sounds like my mother a little bit. She's saying, Jana, she's not only into girls, but she's hardcore crushing on a giraffe. So she's gone interspecies lesbian too, which is all the rage with the young girls these days. And I don't know how I feel about it. Interspecies, it's problematic. I had a crush on a frog once myself, but I didn't blab about it. Just certain things should be kept in the closet. But yes, this young baby elephant has the hots for a giraffe, and here is the giraffe in question, scurrying away nervously there. And don't blame me, darling. Elephants can be very overbearing, and they're always swinging their trunks and the cankles. And, it's a female warthog watching this whole scene unfold, and she's very homophobic. It's coming through. She's quite religious, and she's giving an unapproving stare there at the baby elephant, and the disapproving slow tail wag. There's a telltale sign, literally. This lemur sent in by Charles from Madagascar, and it's I'll just pull on my lemur voodoo doll I've got here, and just pulling on the back leg there, stretching it out, and see if we get a result. And there we go, that's working. Yes, she's very confused now in the tree, and with the sensation she got from the voodoo doll, and I'll just take a reading from the lemur. Can't tell what's going on here. I'm just tickling around the voodoo doll knee area to try to get a reaction from her, see if that has any impact. Yes, that's working quite well, and she's terribly confused, which is what I was hoping to achieve. Yes, let's see what comes. Oh, she's called in some baby dinosaurs. Oh, no, they're lemurs, and she'll tell them all about my voodoo sensations, no doubt, and that'll set the cat amongst the pigeons. This elephant is telling me, Jana, I'm interspecies curious too. It seems to be rampant these days amongst the elephants. He's saying, Jana, I'm horny for antelopes. It's not accepted in my herd, and I don't know what to do. And here he is pursuing these young fillies here, and just want to settle down with a young, hot, smooth antelope. They just walk away when I come up to them, and this is a difficult one. I can relate, darling. When I was a teenager with my stash of Playboy magazines and my tit collage that my father found, and same species, I suppose, but the licorice squirrel here, extremely tasty, but they are protected, sadly. So she's heard me there. She's running off. Interesting. What have we got here? I must say, this lizard is reminding me a lot of my father's penis. Very grey and scaly and unpleasant, jiggling around, and as he'd scurry from the bathroom to his room of an evening, and no wonder I'm a lesbian. So that's it for this week, my darlings. I hope that's helped my wild animals. Join me next week for another episode of Jana's Yard.